You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Hello and tell, is that you?
Mic check, waifu. Montelli Main, is that you?
We hitting 131 today, bro.
This is episode 131, the palindrome of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by Don't Talk Shop, as well as our Patreon producers. Shit, I was ready for everything but the Patreon producers. God damn it, pull up. Aaron Brown, ABJ, the Go G, Jaleesa, Cat the Pro, Explicitly, Monique Williams, Nachi. Thank y'all so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. Make sure you guys rate it on iTunes, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to this. If they have a rating system rated for us, that'd be greatly appreciated. Mic Check Waifu is the anime podcast that comes to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. EST. Here to talk about the latest and the current anime season. Today is a special day because we have the Mic Check Waifu patented review of an anime that I'm looking forward to reviewing and discussing. That anime is Link Click, something that came out in April of 2021. I missed it. We missed it, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But we're going to get to that review a little bit later in the show. But before we do that, we must start off with Tell and Tajay's episode of the week. What was your episode of the week this week, Tell?
I feel like it probably shouldn't count, but it was the finale of Link Click. That final episode. That shit was good, bro. It was good as fuck. So
okay.
Let me see if I had to go with something else. If I had to go with something else, it's gonna be Jobless Reincarnation. But for this week, it's really Link Click. If I'm being real.
Okay, yeah, and definitely for me, it's Jobless Reincarnation. That last episode was a great wrap up for a season. One of the best wrap ups for a season that we know is going to get a continuation. That doesn't leave too much wanting, but it's still a nice wrap. You know what I'm saying? It's still more to look forward to. So Jobless Reincarnation for me, for sure. With that being the first season done and gone, I'm a little sad because I looked forward to watching that every Sunday. It's a tough one to lose for the season.
But we're going to get more. We're going to get more for sure.
Definitely going to get more. Now, this episode, we are going to discuss the 2022 winter season, which is from, I believe, the 22nd of December is when winter starts, all the way until about, March or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Till the end of March. So this winter season, we're going to discuss the shows that we're looking forward to, try to find us a sleeper, and go from there. Man, I'm looking forward to this winter, but I'm kind of not, because it kind of don't look that exciting to me. And we're going to start off by saying, again, this is the 2022 winter season. So we are looking forward to stuff like AOT, I guess. Some of us are. Shout out to the Twitter sphere. People like Rob J. He's excited for AOT.
Right.
A lot of people said Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man isn't this winter. That's later.
That's technically 2023.
Yeah, that's 2022.
No, that's fall. So it's fall.
It's 2022 fall. Some people said Bleach, but that's fall. Which I can't fucking wait for Bleach, by the way. Let's just take a moment.
Hey, we there.
I can't wait for Bleach. That trailer was insane.
What I've been seeing on TikTok, which is a hilarious thing, is Bleach and One Piece beating up on Boruto. It's that JJK scene. Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? That is Boruto taking an ass whooping right now because Bleach is gonna be back, and it's gonna be back with a vengeance, bro.
It looks like it. It looks like the fucking they invested. I'm not gonna hold you. It looked like they invested because the animation was looking crazy, nice and crisp. So we definitely excited about that next fall. But how are you feeling about AOT this winter?
I think I'm in the same boat as you.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I say that because I literally skipped an entire season because that season wasn't impressive to me in the manga. And I feel like this ending of AOT, it was okay, but it wasn't good enough.
I agree.
There's a lot of stuff behind it that wasn't I guess facilitated enough. I'm not too mad with Aaron. I just wanted Aaron to go harder or I guess go softer. I feel like he didn't commit enough.
Yeah,
we ain't talking about that too much.
Yeah,
but
we ain't gonna get into spoilers, but I don't think it was a good second half of that final part. When I read it, I was holistically disappointed with pretty much everything because it was kind of predictable. Shout out to Rob J though for getting me on reading it in color. So I read the whole thing in color.
Let's go.
It was cool. I don't know. AOT completely it went from almost in my top 10 to being not even close to my probably top 20, to be honest. I don't think I think it's okay. It's just okay.
Can we talk about something real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Why was that almost in your top 10?
Because I liked AOT. I liked AOT 1 through 3. I loved them. I absolutely loved those seasons.
I love AOT as well, but I don't think it would have been in my top 20.
Yeah, I definitely.
I'm not trying to be harsh on it or nothing, but I've been reading the manga for years, and I don't think I would have ever put it in my top 20.
Yeah, no, it's not. It was close to my top 10. It definitely was close because I just love the intrigue of it. I love the violence of it. I love the characters, but it just over time gradually turned into just a hodgepodge of a mess, and it got too convoluted for.
I can imagine some characters being in my top 10. I think Eren Yeager is a above average, almost great MC, but he has some there's some stuff that happens and that's just not where he kind of falls short. But really, I think characters can end up in my top 10 from that show, but not the show itself. I guess we'll talk about it more when we get to AOT. I hope y'all don't bash me for not being that satisfied with AOT, but
yeah, it was just okay.
Yeah.
But the hype it gets is insane. You would think that AOT is the God's gift to Earth, but it's just that it definitely isn't.
And I think a lot of those people they didn't read it, as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. No, a lot of people have though. Most of them, people I know read it. So.
Okay. I was gonna say they deserve that hype if they haven't watched it or read it.
That's true.
But I guess people who are excited for it and are happy with the ending, they deserve that as well. So I'm not trying to take that from y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. I'm gonna just go to Twitter real quick because I did have somebody. Kenpachi Sham, or AKA One Piece Sham, says AOT because I've been down since episode 1. But I have to. But I can't wait to see what Chainsaw Man animated again. That's not until way later. So yeah, Chainsaw Man's gonna be live.
One Piece, One Punch Sham is one of my Batman antagonists.
Oh,
she always got something to say about Batman, so I'm gonna say it here.
She like Batman.
Oh yeah, she like Batman. She always at Batman's defense, so I'm gonna just say Batman is
whole
trash.
Yeah. So next up is obviously Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District arc. That's this winter, according to Annie List. How you feeling about the first 3 so far?
The first episode I thought was greatness. These last 2 episodes, I think they were contextually just informational episodes. Still building to the height of things.
Yeah, pacing is a little off.
It's mad decent. Yeah, these 2 episodes don't have the same energy that first episode have, and that first episode wasn't super high energy, but it had a lot more emotion to it. So it carried the episode. These 2, they're okay.
Yeah, super okay. The second way better than the third way better than the second, though. I tell you that much.
Yeah, I agree because it did have more to it in general, just flow.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up is Ari Furiata. I hate saying that fucking word. second season. World's Strongest. What is it? World Strong from Commonplace to World's Strongest is what it's called.
Yeah.
The second season of that. Yeah. We tried to watch it. I am gonna go back and attempt to finish the first season, just so I can start the second season. Like I did with Standing on a Million Lives. Like Standing on a Million Lives, I finished the first season. I did not go back to first season 2 at all.
Yeah, you're gonna be disappointed with the end of the if you're at a.
You watched the whole
Pancakes. Thing? Yeah.
Okay.
Our boy got Pancakes. He enjoyed it, bro. I personally don't see how, but he enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it because what's funny is I was just thinking about this earlier today, and I was gonna tweet something about it, but I decided not to. It's something about the year 2000. I don't know what 14 through 16, where it was that era in anime where they just had those battle high school anime that were just like terribly good. They were all bad. Like I just picked up one recently. It's called Blaze Dance of Elementalers, and it's like horrible, but it's entertaining as fuck. Like there's nothing really that great about it, but they all start in the same way. You know, you got one boy who comes, you know, either gets transferred to this new school of these, you know, highly talented battle ladies, and you get into a situation to where you find one girl that you attach to, and then they end up going through a tournament situation, and he has to win the tournament, and he comes out in this most extravagant way as a strong guy that protects all the women, and it ends up turns into this crazy harem. It's just, they're terrible, but they're good. And it's something about Ari Frieda that I feel like that's what it's going to become. But I don't know if that is because I think I watched 5 episodes of it. It didn't feel like that. It just felt like a terribly low budget isekai with the overpowered character trope.
I would like to give credit to Asterix War and Chivalry of a Fell Knight for actually doing that well, though.
Yeah. Well, it's subjective. They were okay. Like
Asterix War was one of the better of those like high school.
Yeah, you have Infinite Stratos and shit like that. Like those 3 were the better ones of those.
There was one more.
There's a lot, dude. There's so.
No, there was one more that was good. I can't. It's off. It's on my head too, but I can't think of it. I'll bring it up later. But yeah,
I watched an episode and a half of that, and it was all right. It was okay. Of this Blade Dance of Elementalers. Yeah. Anyway, next up we have World's and Harem, which I think is going to be both of our sleepers this season.
I feel like that you can't put that on the sleeper list. So.
That's true. You're right.
Like we not putting World and Harem on the sleeper list. We not putting
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. Know how we rebuilt the hero. Know how the hero rebuilt the kingdom. That can't go on the sleeper list. Yeah. Anything that's already got a claim to it can't be on the sleeper list. Sadly.
Facts. World's and Harem. Looking forward to that one. We explained this a couple of episodes ago. A few episodes ago? I think it was like 3 episodes ago we talked about it, but I cannot wait for more. Incredible concept. And where it's taken, like the storytelling of it, nice. I like it. Next up we have there's an English version of this. I don't know what it is though. Sono Biscuit Doll. What's the English name of this? I don't know what this. This doesn't have a English name apparently, but Sono Biscuit Doll. This one is definitely something I'm unfamiliar with.
It's ecchi comedy romance.
Whoa, wait a minute. Traumatized by a childhood incident with a friend who took exception to his love of traditional dolls. Doll artist hopefully Ganjo Wakain passes his days as a loner by finding solace in the home ec room at a high school. Okay. To Wakana, people like beautiful Kitagawa Marin, a trendy girl who's always surrounded by a throng of friends. What the fuck does a throng mean?
A group.
Why didn't they just say group? Hello?
Yeah, trying to be a linguist here.
Yeah, apparently is practically an alien from another world. Okay, I am not interested in that in the slightest. I'm not gonna hold you. That one doesn't seem cool, but it might be okay. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it, obviously. What about you, Tel?
I'm not gonna watch it. I ain't
He ain't gonna hold us. He gonna tell the truth.
So much stuff on this winter list that I know I'm not gonna watch. I'm not even gonna hold it. But it's so here's my thing. For this winter, I am cozying up to the idea of essentially just diving into more slice of life.
Oh,
and
whoa!
So what I'm gonna do is one of two things. Either I'm gonna make myself watch from this season because that's mostly what this season is, or I'm gonna do what Polo did and just go back to like previous stuff from previous seasons and years.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that, Montel D. Williams, because your boy got another show for you. Should I do it after we finish this wrap up?
Yeah, after we finish the wrap up.
Yeah. Tel's internet is doing the food tonight, but I'll do it after the wrap up of the winter season. This show, I'm telling you, is incredible. It's incredible. So be ready for it. Next up, we have Vanitas Part 2. That's definitely going on the planning list. Definitely going to watch that. What sucks is that I have to wait for it to be dubbed because I just love the dub so much. I want to support our boys, so I'm gonna watch the dub of that. I'm gonna let that chill, let that marinate, because I got a lot of shit to still watch on my list.
For sure, I'm watching that one.
Yeah, for sure. After that, How the Realest Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. We obviously know we're gonna be watching that. It's one of our favorites of spring.
And you had that set as your sleeper, or was it Remake Our Life during that season?
During that season, it was Remake Our Life.
Yeah, because Remake Our Life was obviously a banger.
Yeah. My sleepers have been, I'm 2 for 2 now? Yeah. And my brother, unfortunately, I don't want this to be true because I actually trust Tel's judgment.
It's a picture. I'm judging off a picture.
Exactly.
Bro.
From the bottom of my heart, I would always take, if Tel tell me something is good, I will watch it and it probably will be good 99% of the time. But because we're doing just judging off the pictures and the descriptions, he's been losing, unfortunately. But we still gonna drop our sleepers. How the Realest Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom Part 2 is gonna be insane. That was another wrap up of a season that was pretty good. Now, is this gonna be still season 1, just the second half of it, or is this gonna be season 2? I wonder how that's gonna be structured.
I mean, it says Part 2, but I'm assuming this is like a season 2.
Okay.
Because it didn't. I mean, I guess they didn't kind of establish it as like a Part 2,
right?
Like how Jobs Reincarnation did.
Right. You're right. All right. After that, we have Princess Connect Redive Season 2. Didn't watch Season 1, so
it's a anime game. I'm not watching it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Or it's a game anime. I'm not watching it. Sorry.
This one I'm definitely watching. The Kariki, I hate these. Tagaki-san Season 3. Season 1 and 2 were incredible slice of life romance anime. It's a cutesy high schooler who has a crush on her. Obviously, she has a crush on him. It's clear as fucking day, but they don't know how to. She basically bullies him in a nice way, in the nicest, sweetest way possible. And he's like just trying to get back at her. His goal is to get revenge on her at every step of the way. But they're slowly like falling. Actually, you know what? He doesn't even know he likes her. She likes him, and the way she shows it is by picking on him, which is something I did. I'm not gonna hold you. When I was in the 3rd grade, I'll never forget it. It was this one girl, and I'll say it because whatever. This one girl named Kayla. Okay, she was the prettiest girl in the 3rd grade class, and I used to just be infatuated with her. And another girl, it was 2 girls, Samantha and Kayla, and I was mean to them both. Okay, but I wasn't mean like bully mean. I was just like get out of my face kind of mean, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine Polo doing that, but older Polo, when we hit like middle school, he didn't have that same energy.
No,
he just ignored you from the jump.
I didn't have that energy in the 4th grade, let alone any other time past that. He said he would have ignored you for. What does that mean? Wait a minute. What do you mean by?
I gotta share your name in my phone again.
What do you mean by that?
Polo's name in my phone is still Polo Friendzoner Worthington. He is the friend zone king.
I am not, man.
He has a list.
I don't.
That of like existences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean this as like he only do it to women.
Because talk to me in an outside perspective, because I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Okay.
I hate saying this because it sounds wild, but Polo used to have like girls hit me up, and he ain't tell them to hit me up, but Polo used to have girls hit me up,
and I had no idea about this.
Like,
by the way,
they liked him, and they just was in the friend zone.
Because they ain't never said shit to me. There are some that attempted. Okay. Obviously, they weren't for me. But whenever they told me, I would tell them the truth. You know, we just cool. Anyway,
Polo friend zoned the one time.
Did I really? I don't even remember.
Maybe, most likely. Pretty sure you did.
Dude,
some Polo shit there.
I have no idea, man. What I always tell people, apparently, you do nothing. That's how you live. You just do nothing, because that's all I do is literally nothing. Anyway, what's this one? Comedy romance. It's like some boy love stuff. Panda's gonna love this one.
It is a boy love one.
Saki Saki to Mainio. That's a panda ass anime. Definitely ain't gonna get a watch from me. Next up we have. Oh yeah, this is definitely probably gonna be a sleeper. And I saw this with last time we did this episode, because we did this episode once before and y'all never heard it because we just scrapped it. But Love of Kill. It's definitely going to be something that I think we're both going to be extremely interested in, because it's an action psychological. Shout out to Moody. She also was making this one of hers. I never heard of the studio though, Platinum Vision. You hip to that?
I feel like we watched something with Platinum Vision before.
Interesting. I don't ever.
I'm gonna look it up while we're doing this.
Please do. That'd be great, because I would love to know if we ever watch anything. Because I saw that name. I'm like, Platinum Vision. I seen like almost every studio name I've like seen, like JC Staff, obviously, Ufotable. I've heard of all these studios.
I haven't seen any shit they do. Servamp,
Servamp.
Reload Blast. I haven't seen Servamp.
Servamp
Devil's Line.
Ugh, God.
Servamp.
God, no. They did Devil's Line. Fuck. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be directed to shit though. Devil's Line.
Dr. Ramune, Mysterious Disease Specialist.
Bro. Devil's Line.
Odo. Is that bad?
Awful. Moody love that shit. It's terrible. It's a terrible ass show. It's terrible. I say it again, terrible. Like how Moody apparently feel about Sword Art Online.
I don't understand it.
That was the craziest conversation I ever. I'm gonna say it here. I don't care. That was the craziest conversation I ever seen. When I saw her talking to Black Anime, and Black Anime was throwing down facts, and she said, "I look at anime holistically." I was like, "Come on." She don't like how they did Asuna. So that means she really didn't watch any of the later seasons at all, like period. So she has no idea how great Asuna is as a character after season 2. A lot of people take season 2 and they like to use that as their ammo for shooting SAO down, and that's just wrong. Like,
so allow me to play Moody's advocate, even though I don't agree.
Please do.
A lot of people, when they run into a bad season that really turns them off, they just stop. Right? Like something it was that bad, it just makes them stop. So I get that philosophy, right?
He said, I get that philosophy. I know he's lagging.
Yeah, I get that philosophy. But my overall understanding is like, because it was that bad for that time frame, she's unable to stay invested for the long haul.
Which makes sense. It makes sense.
Now, had she continued and finished, the seasons and the progress
with an open mind, because you have to have one of those.
Right, with an open mind, she probably would have saw way more development in those characters that she enjoyed.
Absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong. I completely get it. I completely get why people would hate SAO. As an SAO fan, I completely understand it because it was a struggle for a lot of the, I would say, season 2, the first half of season 2, because second half of season 2 was that GGO? I think that was GGO. That shit was live, but I get it. I absolutely get it. So I'm not going to bash Moody and her because she has fantastic anime taste, like always have. Like her recommendations are great. She has great taste, but everybody can be wrong sometime. I'm just kidding. I know that's just her opinion, but I must say when she started comparing Seven Deadly Sins to SAO, that's when I was like, okay, all right, all right. That's when I stopped caring about anything else she had to say about it, because that's just
Seven Deadly Sins is just bad.
That's just bad, and that's not even an opinion. That's just a fact. That's an actual fact. So
that's like coming to an anime convention saying Fairy Tail's your favorite.
Yeah, like who? Like then they be like, really?
I'm just playing.
Nah, you right. You right as fuck. All right. Anyway. Let's move on before Fairy Tail completely review bomb our podcast. The Genius Prince Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. How the realest hero rebuilt the kingdom.
Hey, look, that means it was good. When you have biters, that means it's good.
Look, we gonna watch it though. I'm definitely gonna watch this though, for a fact. I'm not gonna lie. It looks super interesting. I like the character design. Like if you click into it and look at the character design at the little top bar and adding list, it looks amazing. Looks absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll take that one. After that, we have the strongest sage with the weakest crest. Man. Again, this goes back to those battler animes, it looks like. Are we gonna watch it?
I'm gonna give it a try. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I'm only giving it I might do a 3-episode rule.
Interesting.
If it doesn't hit home or have some greatness sinking in early on, I'm probably not gonna invest too much time into it because I do really want to drop and go back into some older anime.
I can't wait till you do it because I'm gonna have a list for you, brother. All right,
let's go.
Studio A Cat with she professed herself pupil of the wise man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm probably not going to watch this one.
I got it planned to watch, but we'll see.
This one, you know how you felt about that last one? I'm gonna watch that last one we just talked about, but this one I'm gonna do the 3-episode rule with. Orient, I'm gonna watch it because a lot of people are talking about it. More specifically, our boy Abe from Inside the Mind of a Blur podcast and many others. I don't know all the podcasts he's a part of. He's a part of a million of them apparently, but but he said that he's looking forward to that one because he picked up a copy of the light novel. I can't find the tweet right now because here it is. I picked up volume 1 at the bookstore and was really surprised at the boldness of the artwork. So I'm intrigued about the anime now too, he says. So we definitely gonna pick that one up.
I've heard a lot about Orient in general, so I think it's definitely probably gonna be one of those that has a decent following that we should try and give a little attention to. Absolutely.
I just don't be another Platinum Man. Like that's all I care about right now. I don't want another Platinum Man. I'm fucking sick of this show. I really am.
I just want to say on Platinum Man's behalf, the last time we got an anime from someone that we really, really enjoyed, well, we got what was that one from the creator of Bleach with the dragons and stuff? Burn the Witch. And then
yes,
and that wasn't even a full, that was just a little bit of something. And then we got Vivi. And it was come on, bro. So from
ReZero Writer, we got Vivi.
We got some greatness. And that was all 2021, right? Burn the Witch and Vivi?
Yeah.
Or was Burn the Witch the end of last year?
Well, yeah. Burn the Witch was 2020 winner.
Either way, we got some goldness, close to get some gold close together.
Right.
And that's all you could assume Platinum Man was going to be, but really.
Yeah, the Death Note creator. Oh shit, what kind of shit is going to do? Yeah, nah, definitely not.
A dud.
a complete dud. This next one, man. What's this one? Bara Auru no Soturus.
I got this set on my plan to watch.
Okay, talk to me.
It seemed like some vampire stuff.
God.
And I know Polo don't rock with that, but I like vampires.
What's the synopsis of this, if you don't mind, tell?
So basically, Richard, the ambitious third son of the House of York, believes he is cursed, damned from birth to eternal darkness. But is it truly fate that sets him on the path to personal destruction, or his own tormented longings? Based on an early draft of Shakespeare's Richard III, A. Cano's dark fantasy finds the man who could be king standing between worlds, between classes, between good and evil.
Yeah, I'll wait for Toe to watch this one and give me.
But it's gonna be like a Shakespearean vampire experience, I guarantee.
You got me fucked up. All right.
Hold up. Hey, look, me and my wife, we fans of Shakespearean work over here.
I am not. I don't give a two fucks of a shit about that slave owner. All right.
Was he?
I don't know. I made it sounded good, so I said it.
Don't do that, because now I'm about to be like, well, I can't support Shakespeare no more.
Oh my God, that was just too much. Okay, I'm probably gonna cut that out.
You funny as well.
In the land of Leadable, Leaderdale.
It's an easy guy. Or not, I don't think it's easy guy. I think it's like they in the real world, but they go into a game. It's a VR MMO.
Oh, okay.
After being put on life support after a tragic accident, Kina Kagami's only freedom comes from the VR MMO RPG Lido. One day, her life support system shuts off and Kina passes away. When she wakes up, she finds herself in Lido 200 years in the future.
Whoa!
As a high elf Kina with lost skills but incredible stats, she must forge relationships with the residents of the new world, which shockingly include the children characters she designed herself. A leisurely adventure tale is about to begin. The future girl transported to a game world and smiles and tears she shares with her quirky companions.
Interesting.
I'm gonna watch it. I already said it on my plan to watch.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a really good. That sold me. I'm not gonna hold you. All right, that's cool. I like that. Here's a slice of life for you. Akabe-chan no Serafuku. These fucking names.
Cloverworks, and it looks pretty.
Ooh, whoa. You ain't said nothing but a word when you said Cloverworks. Interesting. Cloverworks be dropping some heat. She lives out in the countryside with her family. She's won entrance to the prestigious academy, Roboyai Academy, middle school for girls, and now she wants only two things: to wear school sailor uniform and to make 100 friends. Comey can't communicate. Gotta
catch them all.
Yeah, apparently. That's the dude. It's crazy because Comey can't communicate. She wanted to make 100 friends. She literally. I just love her. She's a great character design. All right. The next one is Sakabukiyu Bisco. It looks like a fighting head joint.
I looked at the trailer of this one a while ago.
Okay, talk to me.
I ain't talking to you about this. I'm gonna give it the three episode rule because it looked like some meathead stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. It might get one episode rule because it looks super meatheady, and I ain't trying to be rude because it might be good, but
I ain't trying to watch another Akaduma Drive, man. Fuck that.
It looked like because the animation on Akadama Drive was better, but it looks like it's gonna be like adventure, like action adventure with like the power of friendship and explosions. I'm cool, 100% cool. I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. We're gonna let Tel talk about it. Okay. Doll's Frontline? Probably not. It looks pretty, but I probably ain't gonna touch it. Nah. Let's see here. Slow Loop. A slice of life, Connect? Actually, the studio for it. What is it? Is this an erase kind of deal? Yeah. Nah. Is that what it said? Nah. I lied to you. So, go on to that next one, brother. What's that? The Tokyo 24th Ward? Yeah. Talk to me. Cloverworks. So, I don't know. I've never heard of this before, but I've been seeing a couple of people tweet about it. Moody being one of them.
Okay.
The Far Eastern Special Administrative Region, also known as the 24th Ward, is a man-made island that sits in Tokyo Bay. Shudo, Ran, Koki were born and raised on the island. Their family backgrounds, preferences, and personalities are completely different, but they are childhood friends who have always stuck together. However, one incident changed their relationship forever. And then it's the rest of it. A year after, three friends are reunited by chance at a memorial service held for the incident. All three of their phones suddenly simultaneously. Their friend, who's supposed to be dead, is calling and demands that they make a decision about the future. The three friends do what they believe is best to protect the 24th Ward and its inhabitants.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, it's interesting. I'm not sure I'm sold on that alone.
No.
But I will say I'm gonna give it a chance.
I'm gonna give it 3. I'm gonna give it 3 for sure. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more and we're gonna go into finding our sleepers. Fantasy Boshoko Shujo Junki OG signed 2. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's a comedy fantasy romance that I'm probably not gonna watch. Yeah, no, I'm probably not gonna watch that. What about you, Tel?
No, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying.
Hakozumi Koben. I'm not gonna read the rest of it. I'm probably not gonna touch either. A comedy drama. Female police officer Kawaii had enough of her career. She wasn't enough to. Yeah, I'm not even gonna read the rest of that. Yeah, that's not interesting. Those are not interesting. This season is a little bit light. It's a little bit light, but you know what that means. That gives us and you, the listener, the opportunity to catch up on other stuff. So, with that being said, look forward to next week, because I'm going to say this now and hopefully Tel will be down with it. We're going to do a recommendation list from, the previous 2 seasons of anime? You going to do that? Okay, let's do that. And we're going to give y'all a list of stuff that y'all can go back and watch, because this winter is a little slow. We are going to include some stuff from like old shows too, just to kind of fill it out, but mostly from fall and spring. We're going to try to give you all a nice list to go back and watch some stuff. I think we should go back and pick our sleepers for the winter 2022 season. Bro, what you thinking, man?
So I am going to go with where is it at? Sheesh, bro.
I know, right? This is a tough one.
I am going to go with nope. I'm going to go In the Land of Liddell.
Wow. Okay, great choice, bro. Great choice.
Is that what you're going to choose?
No. I forgot about it until you said it, and I'm like, that's a great choice. Okay. Shit. Oh man. I'm gonna go with Love of Kill. Hard to say this season. I think we both failed at this one, but
don't know. Love of Kill might be a banger.
It might. But also, so with the Genius Prince that's raising the nations out of debt or whatever the fuck. That could be it too.
No, it ain't.
All right, Tel. So before we move into the review of Link Click, I must say, I watched some Heat.
Yeah.
I did exactly what I've been, like I said in past episodes, I've been going through different years of anime, and I just added a bunch of stuff to my list that says watching, just so it pops up on my front page of my adding list. Make sure y'all check the show notes for the adding list profiles to follow us on, so you can see when I'm watching it, when I watch it, because I update it literally as I'm watching it. Like, I go to my adding list, I look at my watching category, I click the show, and if you scroll down on the left hand column, you can see where you can watch it at. So I just click that link and it takes me right to Verve, or it takes me right to Crunchyroll, or it takes me right to Funimation, and I watch it. So this show, boy, when I tell you this is a show I will not spoil for nobody. I need Toe to watch it. I need everybody to watch it. But it's called Sakurada Reset. Sakurada Reset is probably, y'all know when y'all talk about those smart characters, right? You talk Lelouch from Code Geass or L from Death Note, or like you talk these real smart characters that just get shit done in a puzzle matter. Sakurada Reset has the best, the most intelligent probably character you will ever see. Now, what this is about a town in Japan called Sakurada. Okay, Sakurada is a village where this village, the residents of the village have special abilities. About 50% of the village have these special abilities. Some abilities can range from making stuff float, from telepathic abilities, or what's another one? A guy can transfer different abilities between two different people. So like if one guy has an ability, he can transfer it to another guy. One guy has the ability to basically do like long distance future messaging to people, like in their mind, so he can talk to them through their mind. You have like just different crazy type of abilities. It's the two main characters. It is why am I tripping? Kai Asae. Yeah. Kai Asae. He has the ability to remember everything. All of it. No matter what it is, no matter anything that happens in his past from when he was 4 years old, he can remember every single piece of it. 100% of it. Like he did it yesterday. He can remember it all. The girl, Misori Haruki, sorry, she has the ability to reset up to 3 days of time. So basically, when those two come together, she has the ability to reset up to 3 days of the time. She had to have a save point, obviously, and he has the ability to remember everything. So even when she resets the 3 days prior, he still remember what happens. So he used that knowledge to then join a club called the Service Club, where they help people out with their problems, where he basically try to make the world a better place, or the city a better place. But when I tell you that these two characters, this group of characters, go through so much shit of just bureaucracy between the fucking bureau called they're just called the bureau. Like they're specializing in making sure that people aren't abusing their abilities or, you know, trying to hurt somebody with their abilities. They have to go around them like the fucking FBI and work with just different groups of people to try to solve this major mystery about what's going to happen essentially in the future of this town. Story is fucking incredible. Some of the best writing I've ever seen. This is another one of those shows though that watching it subbed is hard because they talk extremely fast and it's so much fucking just word vomit. I had to rewind like 4 times in the whole season. It's 23 episodes. Beautiful show. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, like, gorgeous storytelling. Like some of the best I've ever, like, this made my top 10. This made my top 10 anime. This came out in 2014. 2017, sorry. Never heard of it in my life. But when I watched it, I was extremely entertained. He's the smartest character I've ever seen in anime. So fuck all y'all list of the smartest characters. He's the smartest character. Because the shit he does with only having memory, incredible.
So I just got a question then.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the character list, and the Kai Asae dude, the main character, he has 2 voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of them like a inner monologue voice actor?
No, it's him as a kid.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incredible, bro. Listen, he is incredible. Like one of my favorite characters for one, because he's super blunt. Like he's not that bullshit type, nervous type character. He will tell you straight up to your face, like, you know, I don't like you, or I like her, or I like this, or this is what we're gonna do. Like, it's just so he's mild and like super calm, but the way he thinks, man, is just fucking crazy. It's incredible. I think this is a show that everyone needs to watch.
Okay.
Slice of life fan or not. Well, this is more supernatural. Yeah, please watch it. It's incredible. It's an incredible show. I couldn't fucking put it down. I was watching it and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I cannot believe this is happening. Like, some of the shit he does is crazy. Oh my God. Like, it's so good. So good. Crazy ability. All right.
So, Polo just gave us a good recommendation. I actually have a recommendation of my own.
Sure. Bring it.
I watched almost every episode, all the episodes of it. The only reason I haven't watched the final episode because it comes on the 22nd. Talked OP Destiny.
Oh yeah, that shit. I watched it.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
So I'm not saying it's amazing. It's animated by Madhouse and Mappa, which means it looks amazing. I think the sound design is a 10. I do think the pacing's a little weird and the story's a little weird.
Yeah.
But I do think the characters become a bit lovable. They grow on you in terms of like how they kind of operate and how they develop. I think it's worth a watch. I was pleasantly surprised as I got through the season.
I kept this one to myself because I'm gonna disagree. I don't think it's worth the watch. It's okay. Really? It's very pretty, very nice sound design, but it's like, it's not, I don't know, it just didn't impress me that much. But shout out to AB, one of our Patreon producers, Aaron Brown. He says, I just finished Tact OP Destiny. Shit was wild. I think there's one more episode that still needs to go up on Crunchyroll, but the first 10 were beautiful. Bit corny and not a deep plot wise, but absolutely gorgeous animation, and the music was stellar as well. I agree with all of that. But
I think where it dropped off at is there is a lot that feels unexplained, and the traveling shit was just weird. That was the part that really lost me. like I said, I enjoyed watching it, but when they was like traveling and stuff, I did feel myself zoning out a bit until they started talking about stuff that was important.
That's exactly why I couldn't recommend it, because I was kind of bored for a lot of it until shit started happening. When shit started happening, I'm like, okay, this is cool. But I was like, like I was
it took too long to get into like this final arc of it, right?
Yes.
Like they keep talking about the timbre like of how the they're playing the music and whatnot. Like your finale, this is what your encore is basically. And they could have gotten to this kind of like height of it, like in the middle of it, and I probably would have been like, yeah, this is really
Hear me out.
Really good.
I know it ain't done yet. I know it's still one more episode. But do you think they're trying to be deeper than what the shit really is? Like, do you think they're trying to go that I'm deep, but it's falling flat?
I don't think so, because I'm not picking it up as deep. I think
that's what I'm saying. I think that was trying to do that, but it just.
Yeah, I was gonna say other people might pick it up as deep, but it doesn't feel like they're trying to be deep to me.
Okay,
it feels like
agree.
It feels like, if anything, like it's us just overthinking the possibility of it being deep. I think it's just music and action.
Okay. Yeah, like, oh shit, you can't listen to music, and if you listen to music, this shit happened. But it's weird. It's very weird.
Like,
very pretty though.
We don't know why the music specifically bothers the aliens.
Yeah,
we don't know. It would be nice to know, but I do think, obviously, I think the music is on point. Like, I love piano, I love orchestral music. It's literally some stuff I listen to all the time, and then mix it with good animation and fighting. I wish that there were some things that were better explained, but other than that, I personally recommend it. Polo said he doesn't.
I don't.
But I think it's a good, easy, quick watch. Just turn it on, just get it over with, and I think it's interesting.
There's so much other stuff to look at. Like, it's pretty. Like, you will definitely enjoy looking at it, but you just like, why am I here?
I guess so. This is my 112th anime for the year.
Nice, nice.
112th one, so I feel it.
That's what's up. All right, let's get into the link click review. This one's gonna be easy.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Link click is special. Very, very special. If you haven't watched Link Click, are we gonna spoil Link Click? Probably not, right? We're just gonna talk generalities of it. And
yeah. I do. I really want to talk about that. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't think we should, because I think people should definitely watch it. I think this is one we can recommend. You should watch for sure. Shout out to Sundari and and Moody for championing this show. This show is incredible. Like I said, it came out in April 30th to it ended July 9th of 2021. We completely missed this one. I think what was this? What was that time period? Was that Vivi and Tokyo Revengers?
Did it come out in the fall or spring? What?
That's spring, the end of spring, pretty much.
Yeah, so Vivi, Remake Our Life.
Yeah. It came out way later than our spring preview too, so that's probably why. But I guess I should get the review up. Talk to me. What did you feel about in general about Link Click? General thoughts. Or actually, yeah. What were your general thoughts?
So I would definitely put it in my top 20.
Okay.
Because I definitely think that it was highly interesting. I would love a season 2. Because the way it left off, it feels like it's needed. Obviously,
definitely getting a season 2.
Yeah. But it really surprised me that of like how good it got, and it wasn't spoken of more.
And I think it's just it came out at just a weird time, right?
Yeah. Like
April 30th is literally the tail end of spring. Mm-hmm. Like that's summer. You're in summer at that fucking point. So maybe it's technically summer, and I don't know how we still missed it though. I don't know. I think Link Click was it deserved more love for sure. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to go to my Google Doc so I can bring up our review scale. I feel like it could probably be, let me see. I think it could probably be really, really, it's definitely in my top 20, but I'm talking high top 20. You know?
Yeah.
Give me one.
I'm trying to think of all the stuff in my top 10. I was like, all my stuff in my top 10 is I would say is better, in my opinion.
Okay.
But Link Click, where it stands, I feel like it's almost like, I'm not gonna say it's criminal that it's not spoken of as much, but it definitely feels like underrated. Like I can't quite understand how that one got just. I mean, there's some really good stuff that happened this year, but that one went under the radar for so long.
True. Tell them. I think we should get to the review. So the review goes like a little bit like this. The way My Check Waifu reviews anime, it goes in 5 different categories. We individually rate those 5 categories on what we feel like the anime deserves. So for example, the 5 categories for rating our anime is animation, sound design, pacing, plot, and characters. We rate those individually. We each give an individual score for each category. After we finish giving those review scores for the categories, we then average out both of our scores, and then we put those together to give you an overall My Check Waifu scale. First thing we're going to start off with is the animation. So the animation is art style, visual direction, scenery, and overall viewing experience of the anime. So for Link Click animation, I would like to start here if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Gave me extreme Grimgar Fantasy and Ash vibes, bro.
I knew you was gonna say that. I just
love the hand drawn background on top of beautifully drawn characters in the foreground. The animation wasn't like strong. It wasn't strong, but the art style looked absolutely amazing. There were some movements that were fantastic, like some fight scenes that were pretty good. Some motions they would do, like there was a scene where they were on a basketball court, and the way they were playing basketball looked incredible. But the rest of it kind of looked extremely average, right? Like it looked super average until they did something extraneous, and it looked real good. So for me, the animation goes without saying to be an 8. I love the way it looked scenery wise. The scenery carried it for me up to an 8 because I thought it was just average. And for me personally, average is a 7. So it's just above average for me. I'm gonna go with an 8 when it comes to the animation of Link Click.
So while I do agree with Polo a lot on that, I think that the the animation very Grimgar-esque, where it really excelled at is like making a difference and distinction between things. So a lot of times it did look very average, but as soon as things let's not even necessarily say it got real, but as soon as things got emotional, as soon as you saw like a picture that was supposed to symbolize some kind of importance inside of the show, because we do know in link click.
Yeah, sorry. Tells internet's going out. You're lagging.
Okay, all right. As soon as you saw something that was like a picture or something that was supposed to be of importance and then click, those moments really shine.
Yeah.
So that really made me feel like, I guess I agree with Polo in that extent that it really kind of was definitely above average and really stood out. So I give it an 8.5. I think the only thing that would have made it exceed that, it would have been perfect if the animation was 100% standing out all the time.
Yeah, consistently move like. Because again, when moments happen, just very specific moments that you can remember, you would always remember, and maybe that was what they were going for. I think it looked fantastic. It definitely looked above average. And just, again, the art style and the visual direction of it, period, was just, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. So definitely above average for both of us. I'm gonna bring up this point too. This is kind of what I want. Maybe without the drawn backgrounds and stuff, I want that to be a little bit more solid. But this is kind of what I want Solo Leveling to look like.
Really?
Yeah. I think, but if they do the animation, like the consistent animation 100% throughout, like whenever in Link Click, whenever one of our protagonists was fighting, and obviously you know what I'm talking about, but I'm not very fluid. I want it to look like that. You know what I'm saying? The whole time.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think what you're really getting to though is the fact that even though the painted backgrounds look really good, they didn't look alive.
Yeah.
So even though they had a great texture, a great feel to them, they were very stylized. The backgrounds, because they were painted, didn't have that like feeling of lived in, like something like Grimgar.
I was just about to say that. Isn't that crazy that Grimgar did?
Yeah. But it's because of the world of Grimgar. Right?
Yes.
Like this world and Link Click is more realistic and seem like and close to ours. So the fact that we can see like
sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with his internet. You there?
I am here, but
there you go. Oh, we got him back.
Yeah, it's as soon as you see something that in like Link Click, like the world is so realistic and like ours that it can't be like Grimgar. Grimgar is a fantasy world, so that background appeals more in that world, so it fits the animation style better.
That's a fact. Because like when they were at for instance, one of the visual parts of Link Click that it just had me like was the boba shop moment. Like when they were at the boba shop moment and that was going on, I was like, it didn't work there then. But it still looked beautiful. Again, looked very, very beautiful. So
it was bright.
Facts. For the next thing we're going to rate, is the sound design. Sound design consists of the soundtrack, composition, sound effects, and how it led to the visuals, or how it tied to the visuals. I'm sorry. Sound design. For us, this is probably going to be mostly music. This shit was fucking incredible, man. Absolute. The soundtrack for this show. Oh, it's your turn to start. I'm sorry. I was about to go off.
You are started. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Why don't you take the wheel?
Gotcha. Yeah. Absolutely incredible music. Now I know this is coming from me, so it might sound weird. So, ironically enough, we talked about, before we started watching Link Click, we talked about intros and outros and how I skip them every single fucking time. But this time, I let the intro play for about 15 seconds and I listened to the outro for about 45 seconds of it, because it was just that fucking good. It was just that good. The music, intro, outro wise, the soundtrack, the way where they put it, wonderfully emotionally tied to the visuals. Gorgeous. Like the music brought the art style up for me even more because it just fit so perfectly. And then, I mean, the voice acting, I have no fucking clue. Like Japanese voice acting, I think I can understand a lot better than Chinese. I'm gonna leave that to the professionals. I have no fucking idea how the voice acting was. To me, it sounded like Chinese. So I don't know if it was good or not. I'm gonna get back to y'all on that next week after I talk to somebody about the Chinese voice acting and how it was. But understandably so, I can't go anywhere under a 9.5 for the sound design. Matter of fact, because the music was so good, I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna just give it a 10 because the music was just fire, like all throughout the entire show. Montel.
All right, so Polo kind of spoke all my words for me, but basically the only thing I can really say to add to that is with the audio, it really. Am I doing the thing again? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, all I can say about the audio is Link Click, what it did that made the audio stand out, such as the audio.
Hello? Is he back?
Why does he keep doing that, bro?
Good old internet.
Well, it shows right here that my internet speed is perfectly fine, and then, Discord shit drops it to like red. All right. I hate this. All right. Basically, the audio, what it did for the context of the show is it really involved so much emotion. Mm-hmm. So and it's really surprising for a show that's so heavily based around photos and videos and imagery.
Yes.
That the audio is really what stands out so much and makes such a huge difference.
Right?
From intro to actually in the animal and scenes to the actual outro. Mm-hmm. Like the music is just impressive all the way through. So I actually agree with Polo, and I'm surprised that he did this, but I gave it a 10 as well.
Oh, yeah, you can't go anything lower than a 9.5 or 10. Like I was in the 9.5 range, but when I remember how much the audio beefed up the visual aspect of the show for me, like just from transition to transition was just so good. Because it was well placed every time. Every single time. It was well done. Next up is the pacing. The pacing consists of the episode to episode strength and continuity. How well did it develop the story and how it just unfolded as the series went on.
So the pacing for this one, it almost has some Steins Gate-esque pacing. But I would give Steins Gate the benefit on pacing in this regard. Because this one, while I thought the pacing was okay, I didn't think it was stellar. I think it did sprinkle some stuff in, but it didn't become necessarily relevant until later on. And they only really kind of dropped like one or two breadcrumbs and not enough throughout until it got to like episode 9 where that shit really started to get really like kind of, I guess, I feel involved.
So was that the story then? Or was that the pacing of it?
Well, I'm saying that I think that the pacing itself was not the story, but I think the pacing itself just wasn't giving the story enough leeway, more or less. So I'm saying the pacing is an 8 out of 10, because I wasn't necessarily like feeling how the speed of the show or how it was leading up to the big moments and reveals. Essentially, the episodes themselves I don't think were bad, but it gave me like problem of the week until episode like 8 or 9, and then that's when it felt like this is where the story is sinking in.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with you, and it's probably because I'm a big Steins Gate fan. I absolutely love the methodical aspect of it, and you don't know how good the pacing is until the last episode. But when you watch the last episode, that makes the pacing fucking incredible, bro. Incredible, because
one of my favorite last episodes.
Then you come back and you think about, just like in Steins Gate, you come back and think about episode 1, and you're like, fuck, bro. Episode 1 was the answer the entire fucking time, basically. and it's a Steins Gate thing for me. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think the pacing was absolutely incredible because of what it did with a plot that was seemingly average for majority of it. I think the pacing is carry the story to make it as good as it ended up being for me personally. If it wasn't for the pacing, I don't think the plot would have been as good. So that's just where I'm gonna go there. And with that, let's go on to the plot, which is our last category. The plot is, not our last category, second to last category. Sorry about that. The plot is the overall story and how we felt it was written, how well the story resonated with us as the viewer.
You want me to start on plot too?
No, I'll start on plot. As I was saying, the plot was good because of the pacing at the last episode. If it wasn't for the pacing of the last episode, the plot wouldn't have been as good. It would have been, like Tell said, an average situation of the week type shit. And that's fine. Like, it was still good, but it would have left a lot to be desired. So again, if it wasn't for the last, 2 episodes even, the plot wouldn't have been as good as it is. The pacing was incredible, so it carried the plot for me. The plot was also good. I also love how they didn't explain, and slight spoilers, very, very slight, but you'll see when you watch it, how they didn't necessarily explain the rules. And I like that kind of. Like that. This was the first time ever where that made sense. Like, and the show I was talking about earlier, where Sakura's Reset, they don't really explain the rules either. You kind of learn it as you go along, which is perfectly fine, but you have to do it right. And Link Click, and this definitely did it right. So I will say this, there are some shit in the plot that had me like, a lot missing. There's holes in the plot. How many people can do this? Why can they do it? Like, there's some holes inside of the plot that maybe we'll get into season 2, but until we get that season 2, I'm gonna have to give the plot a 7.
All right, so to me, the plot is overall what carried the entirety of the anime. I think that the most important part about the plot is how they tied everything together, like you said, in the end, which is a bit of the pacing as well. But the way that the story kind of coalesces into this not omnipresent, but this almost like omniscient series of events that every single episode kind of has something to do with this final moment.
Yes.
And we find out about this final character and these different things that kind of all lead into what's going on and why things have been changing, even though we had an idea as to why they've been changing and whatnot.
Don't go there.
Right. Sorry. But why we find out why these events are happening, essentially, it kind of turns into one of these moments where am I lagging again? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm waiting till the end. All right. It kind of turns into one of those moments where we understand the severity of everything now because we're seeing it all in front of us. And I think I agree where, like Polo said, the explanation to some of these things are not as important as the actual event of them happening. Mm-hmm. So I loved the idea of how they explained the entirety of everything. So I gave the plot a 9 out of 10.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Again, the plot was good. It was that's why I gave it a 7. It was average. If it wasn't for the way it was paced, man, I don't think it would be as good as it was. I don't know. I think we're saying the same thing but differently. You know what I mean? Like, I think we both
we're just viewing it differently.
Yeah, we're viewing it completely different. And I agree with you, and I think you agree with me. So I think it's like we're on the same page here, but the way we kind of view the plot and the pacing piece of it, how important the pacing is compared to the plot, is what is making that a little bit different as far as the average goes. But man, fucking good story, man. Great story. And I said at the beginning, it was great. It was definitely great. Last but not least will be the characters. Relatability, overall development and growth of the characters, and how memorable they were. You want to start off with the characters?
So I really enjoy these characters a lot. I think that the character interactions are the issue I have is the character interactions don't feel necessarily important to the show. While I do think the characters themselves are important to the show, their interactions aren't. It's more about like the actual events that take place. So I didn't really feel a connection to the characters' relationships in this show. It felt kind of middling and average there. But how the characters' emotions develop and whatnot to me felt important. How the characters became invested in some of the events felt important to me. So that leads me to put the characters at a 7.5 out of 10. Because those emotions, those connections felt somewhat realistic and somewhat understandable. So those are things that I think just really made it excel. If they didn't have those kind of connections, I probably would have actually put the characters a bit lower.
Yeah, I have 100% agree, bro. Like the characters, again, I didn't care about them as much as I think we were supposed to. May have been the voice acting, may have been other things. I don't know. I thought they were super average, but they were average but likable. They were averagely likable. You know what I'm saying? Like I did like what the friendship between Ling Guang and sorry Shang-Chi. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here, okay? But like their relationship was cool. But that was like it. There were really not much else. There were the situations of the weak characters that we had, and so
Ling Qua was okay.
Yeah, super okay.
She was just there.
She was really just there, and kind of as a plot device for other situations. But it was fine. It was only two characters, really. We were supposed to even essentially care about, and then the picture stories. The picture stories were cool, and I love how they established those characters nice and quick, while also while also giving us things to attach ourselves to. Like, and I will say this as vaguely as I possibly can. I think the basketball story hit the most when it came to the characters.
That was a really good one.
Like, period. And I agree with you wholeheartedly that it was a 7.5. It was slightly above average. Okay, and with that being said, that's the rating of our 5 categories. The average of our 5 categories, to give you a refresher real quick, Polo gave the animation an 8, Tel gave it an 8.5, I gave it a 10. For sound design, Tel also gave it a 10. For pacing, I gave it a 9, Tel gave it an 8. For plot, I gave it a 7, Tel gave it a 9. For characters, I gave it a 7.5, Tel also gave it a 7.5, which brings Polo average to 8.3. Tel's average to 8.6, and the overall score for My Check Waifus link click review is an 8.45. 8.45. Interesting. So, for those of you that's been following us for a while, interesting stuff. Link click is rated the same as Invincible for us, which, yes, I can totally see that. I will say it's about there. Now, the average of our scores don't necessarily mean, that we feel like is better or worse than the other things we rated higher. Because to be honest, the stuff we have rated higher, I think this is way better than a lot of them. But to give you the justification of what I'm speaking about right now, let's go through the list. At number 24, I'm going to start from the bottom up, as I always do. At number 24, we have 91 Days at 6.4. That shit. At number 23, Banana Fish at a 7.3. Too high if you ask me. 22, Dr. Stone at a 7.8. 21, Tokyo Revengers, 7.85. Number 20, My Hero Season 4, 7.9. That should be lower. Number 19, Gangsta, 7.95. Number 18, Chivalry of a Failed Knight, 7.95. See, this is interesting because I like Chivalry of a Failed Knight. I think it should be just below Link Click, but that's where we at it because it's so objective, I guess. Bungo Stray Dogs at number 17, 8.4. Invincible, 16 at 8.45. Link Click, 8.45. Darwin's Game 8.5. See, I think Link Click is better than Darwin's Game. That's crazy. Made in Abyss at number 13, 8.5. Steins Gate at number 12 at 8.65. At number 11, we have Erased at 8.75. Number 10, fucking Beastars at 8.85. That's tell shit, apparently. Number 9, Demon Slayer at 8.8. Number 8, Arcane at 9.2, easily. At number 7, Vinland Saga at 9.25. At number 6, Grimgar at 9.3. Yeah. At number 5, Promise Neverland 9.3. At number 4, Fire Force at 9.35. At number 3, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu at 9.45, rightfully so. Clannad 9.8, rightfully so. Astro Lost in Space at a perfect 10, rightfully so. Yeah, I think the upper half of our list is incredible. Man, it's crazy.
So here's the thing, and while I agree with you that I also like Chivalry of a Fell Knight, the reality is on the spectrum, right?
Yeah, the 5 categories.
It's really not that great on the entirety of the spectrum. I just think that we enjoy that series specifically, right?
That's a personal thing for us.
Right. Like I think something like Steins Gate is objectively good.
Yes.
And like Darwin's Game, I do think that Link Click is better than Darwin's Game. But if we put down the entirety of everything, I think that it probably just had slightly more consistency. Yeah, better characters, so slightly more consistency on the entirety of the scale instead of like having really high things. Like, can you remember the music from Darwin's Game?
Fuck no.
But you gonna remember that intro and that outro from this. Though,
I wouldn't even remember the fucking the transition music for Link.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So the sound design on this was so good, but there's like you're not gonna remember those characters' name at all.
Yeah, no, I already forgot.
I mean, I don't remember them from Darwin's Game either. But that's just saying, like, if it's consistently at 8.5 the entire time, it's gonna be higher.
That's a fact. All right, is it my turn? Random number generator. Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a polo turn.
Give me a number. How many in the list?
I accidentally hit the rated anime list. My bad. Don't judge me. I'm a professional too. We be doing professional stuff. We have 55 questions. 55 questions. When we let's do this. 47 is the question, which I feel like is extremely close to what you wrote last week. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Oh shit. Good question. Okay. I'm gonna tell you my morning routine. I wake up. Okay. I wake up. I brush my teeth, obviously. But before I brush my teeth, I'm gonna just tell you my brush my teeth routine will make you an idea how long I take. I floss first, mouthwash, then I brush. Then I floss and I mouthwash again. So it takes about a good 10 minutes to brush my teeth. Then I wash my face. Okay. I obviously moisturize my face. I shave if I have to shave, my neck, because I'm not a neck beard in my face. So I would say that's about another 10 minutes. So about 20 minutes right there gone. And then I take Saber out. So all in all, not that long. And obviously, if I'm feeling froggy, I'll take another shower, because I take a lot of showers throughout the day. Just, you can ask anybody that's ever lived with me. I take way too many fucking showers. But normally that's just my morning routine with my face and my mouth and everything to get myself together. So I would say about 40 minutes. So I got 2 kids. Oh shit. So about 2.5 hours. Nah, it really it's like it's about the same though, right? Because like I get up, I gotta brush my teeth and anything before I use the bathroom, because honestly I get disgusted if I brush my teeth after I use the bathroom. I like so that. I'm the same. I have to brush my teeth first. Yeah, and then I use the bathroom. I don't have the same extensive program for teeth brushing as Polo do. Probably should, because that shit sounds like a genius plan. It's refreshing. But I do have the floss. I have the mouthwash, and I have probably 4 tubes of toothpaste literally sitting on my side of the bathroom, and my wife has 2. So I use a different toothbrush. I have 3 toothbrushes, and I change my toothbrushes relatively often, just because I feel like that's normal.
Get quit, bro. It's the best.
Right. Then I shower. I have a face routine, so I do my face routine in my shower. So that's probably 10 minutes, something like that. And I get out, and I probably shouldn't do this after I get out of the shower, but I do 100 push-ups. That takes about 7 minutes.
Gas backwards.
Yeah, but I don't sweat when I do push-ups.
It's still backwards.
Yeah, but so I do 100 push-ups, and then we normally get the kids up and ready, and that takes
2 hours.
Getting the kids ready is like 30 minutes, depending on how they feeling. Because brushing their teeth is easy. Mm-hmm. They love getting in the shower, so that's easy.
Okay,
it's getting them dressed.
Yeah, that's the part that I was expecting to take the longest.
So probably about an hour in total.
Gotcha.
And if we go fast, it's an hour. But if they not feeling us in the morning, because Alea is the one who don't like to wake up. My daughter, she does not like to get up.
She need her beauty sleep.
Well, she's the one that keep everybody up at night. Apollo is right now sleeping in his bed. I walked past his bedroom, opened up the door, and he looked at me and said, "Good night, Daddy." And I said, "Good night, Apollo." And I turned his light off. I wouldn't expect him to sleep in his room. He normally try to sleep with us. So I was like, "Do your thing, big boy." What am I supposed to say, bro?
Let him sleep.
Right.
Good night. I love it. All right, when we come back, we're going to spoil the final episode of Jobless Reincarnation. What else we going to spoil? Platinum In, I guess, Demon Slayer.
86.
Oh, fuck, 86 is back. Yes, we can talk about 86. I'm tripping. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about all those in spoiler talk. Nice long episode for you guys. We'll be right back after these.
Hello?
I'ma be your best for the last one I need.
And welcome back to episode 131, the palindrome of one of Mic Check Waifu. Listen, we are back. We're about to spoil a couple of shows. Listen, the song I played was incredible. Now, the song I played, because I had this one saved. Let me go back and just give y'all the name of it. The song I played was called It was from Burnwater, I Need You. Incredible fucking song. Now, I heard this song watching a science video, strangely enough, on YouTube. And he had the song playing. And it was incredible, and I liked it a lot. It was about, the science video was about the new telescope that's going up. That's like $10 billion. And it's like gold plated to catch infrared rays. That's going to be like fucking way far out from the Earth so it doesn't get hit with fucking space debris. It's an incredible telescope. It's supposed to be helping us find life in other places. But
that's how you know Polo, my brother, because I literally been looking at the same thing.
That's how I spend my time on YouTube a lot of the time, to be honest. Yeah. So let's spoil something.
Can we start with Jobless Reincarnation?
Please do. Oh my God, bro! Listen, Jobless.
This was one of my least favorite episodes for this anime.
What?
Yeah, bro.
It was one of the best episodes.
It was amazing.
Ever for me. It was just incredible the way it intertwined his real life with his past life, his PTSD and his emotions and everything. Oh my God, man.
I was sorry about the whole like Eris thing.
Yeah, I was too, but I think
she left, bro. But she didn't leave him. She left him incompatible. It was because she didn't feel good enough.
Yes, she didn't feel good enough for him, which is so fucking stupid but believable at the same time. It's a dumb reason. It's a stupid.
But he raw, and he proved that point. Like
that's
what she's saying is true.
That's absolutely true, but that's not how you handle this. That's not the answer to that question.
He's 15.
Exactly, but the answer to that question is not to leave. It's to stay and to learn and to grow together. We know this because we 30, but it fucking bugged the hell out of me. But it was so good because it was right. It was right but wrong because I understand why she did it. I get it, but it was wrong because of what it did to Rudius. And Rudius, to see his past life again, to get quote unquote more detail of his past life was absolutely incredible. There was a time in my life where I felt like I couldn't go anywhere or do anything. And that's exactly why I think that part of this episode was just so impactful for me, because I felt exactly how he felt. I felt as soon as I stepped outside, somebody's gonna be laughing at, this Tajay, he ain't got no job. That's what the fuck you get. Like, it was a situation where I was wrongfully terminated from one of the best jobs I've ever had. Like, I was extremely proud of what I did at that job. I was extremely good at the job. No reason to be terminated. Tail was there. He was my assistant manager, and I was a manager, store manager of T-Mobile. I was wrongfully terminated, and it destroyed me. It absolutely destroyed me because now I ain't have a job. So that's when I started streaming and trying to find ways to make it better. But then my roommate fucked me over when it came to the place I lived. Like, I was giving him money every fucking month to live at the place I was living, but he took my money to Vegas, apparently fucking lost it and wasn't paying rent. And without me knowing, there was a sheriff knocking on our door, and I had to get me and my dog out of there. And that was the roughest time of my life. And it never been like that for me because I've always been on top of my shit. But for some reason, I just felt like everybody was talking about me. Like, you fucked up, Polo. You fucked up, Tajay. You did wrong. You are horrible. You are a piece of shit. I was depressed because for a day I was living out of my car until I got lucky enough to find somewhere to go. It was the worst time of my life. And for what he felt, I felt wholeheartedly. Like, I felt that shit because what happened to him was so fucked up. These bullies stripped this man naked and put him on the fucking roof of the school, bro. Like, that was awful shit. I would never go back. I would never step foot outside either. Like, it was terrible. Understandable. It was awful. I loved it. Because he felt that pain again. He remembered that pain again. Understandably so.
Y'all have no idea how much love I have for Tajay. I love y'all. My bro, he been through a lot. He has been, and I think we all been through some stuff. But Polo, he pushed through. Yes. And this is one of those things where, like, I think this scene was relatable to a lot of people. It wasn't necessarily relatable to me in the same regard, but I did feel that relation to like that specific part where it was like he felt like he couldn't move, and then he heard like just his mom say "I love you," right?
Holy shit, man!
And like I'm sure Polo and I are the same way. We love our moms.
Yes.
I love Polo mom like she is a second mom.
I love Auntie Shushu like it's no tomorrow.
So the thing is that when you kind of hear that in that moment, you kind of really get drawn in, and you're just like, damn, that's what will make you stand up. And it's not necessarily just her voice specifically, but it's the fact that like through the entirety of this episode, we see that Eris loves him. We see that Rudyard has made a change in his life because of him. We see that his sister and the maid mom make it back to his father. So like all these things are kind of making their connections now because of the things Rudy has done.
And it was so well done, man.
And the way that they display these things, they don't display them as big things in this episode, right? They're just transitions. They're just happening. They're just small moments. The main moment is what Rudy is going through in his body and in his past. But those moments really, really speak to the evolution that Rudy has gone through in that time frame. So while no, I did not necessarily enjoy all of this episode, it was definitely one of the best episodes for this anime. And I'm saying I didn't enjoy it because it really hit.
Yeah, I enjoyed every last fucking bit. Like you said, like the way they just touched on everybody's place and time in this at this particular moment, to then it was a beautiful wrap up to what we are going to get in the future, right? Like it showed us where everybody is and where they're ending
Roxy.
up. Yeah, before they continue. Now, thank God for that Roxy scene, because that ended up being probably the most important scene, because we find out that she's alive. His mother is actually alive. Who knows where the fuck she is? It looked like she in the bottom pits of hell, and it's probably gonna be the hell to get her ass out. But she's alive, and that fucking made my heart drop. That touched my soul to know that she's still alive. Mm-hmm. Because I absolutely love her as a mother. I absolutely love her as a character. I absolutely love her as a waifu. All of the above. A, B, C, and D.
Can we talk about Roxy's priority to save Rudy's mom over Rudy? Absolutely. Because although she knows Rudy is depressed, she knows he's going to come out of it.
Facts.
Although she knows Rudy is not in it at the moment, she knows Rudy is ridiculously strong, and whatever happens, he's going to be fine.
Yes.
What's not going to be fine is if something happens to Zenith and Rudy finds out and things are no longer going to be okay for him.
Yeah.
So she chose to prioritize that moment, and that's why characters like Roxy, who have not been super prevalent or super big in this season, are so important. And that's why the characters in this show are so amazing. We ain't rating this yet, but I'm giving the characters a 10 out of 10 on this.
Tell them. Listen, bro. And what's so crazy to me is that the fact that Rudy still doesn't quite understand that he's the overpowered character in this isekai situation. He doesn't get that at all. Like he doesn't show it. He doesn't brag about it. He doesn't do anything a normal otaku nerd would do in this situation, knowing that they're powerful. I don't think he knows how powerful he is, because he doesn't quite fully understand the rules of this world, i.e. the situation, the interaction with Orsted, right? He didn't understand quite what the fuck aura this guy was giving off, because he didn't sense it. So in this situation, he doesn't know how powerful he actually is yet. So with that being said, hopefully next season he get to grow into knowing that this motherfucker is a beast. And when he does know that he's a beast, just picture the power this guy can unleash, bro. It's gonna be incredible.
I agree. He is definitely overpowered and not stepped into those shoes yet
at all.
Because he deserves it at this point. He deserves to step into them big boy shoes and be like, I'm blowing all this up.
Yep.
And the only issue I have with that is that everybody around him who wants to grow and be stronger, they're gonna be a whole nother step, 2 years, 3 years behind. Because right. Once Rudy take off, it's a wrap for everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so crazy to me how everybody around him can see how powerful he is, but him. And it doesn't bug me in the sense of like, it doesn't bug me like he doesn't get it. I get why he doesn't get. I get why he don't get it. But it just fucking, it gets to me, man, because I just know it give me some shit, bro.
Right.
It's just crazy. Obviously, Jobless Reincarnation is one of our favorites. It's great. It's a great show. Next up, let's talk 86. 86 is fucking finally back like it never left with some emotional shit. Deeper character moments, which I fucking love when anime do this. I love when it takes the time to dive deeper into our characters to know where their head is at, especially after the situations that they've been going through the last time we've seen the show. I needed this to basically to cleanse, to understand our character's point of view, and we got it. I needed it. How you feel?
I think the heaviness of this episode was specifically based around, obviously, Shin's emotion.
Yeah,
he is tied to the idea of being the Reaper.
Yes, like stuck to the idea of being a Reaper. Like he's
regardless
like
of
stuck, super glued.
Yeah. Regardless to how far the group goes, regardless of what happens, like they've all felt a taste of freedom, but he just sees everyone else leaving him.
Yep. I don't think it's necessarily him. I think he's trying to cope with the fact that he doesn't really care about ghosts. He only cares about fighting. He only cares about being the Reaper. The fact that he doesn't care about seeing the ocean with his friends or just surviving with his friends goes to show that he's more deeply scarred than even he realized it. And how could he not be? He's the fucking Reaper. Every last person, the persons he's grown up with, basically, he had to kill. He had to fucking put down himself as a kid with a pistol in the head. Like, think about that. How can one cope with that? Being a fucking child. These people are 17, 16 years old. How do you cope with that? How do you live with that? You can't. You just...
Yeah, it's an extremely harsh moment for anybody living in that scenario.
Facts. You try to cope with it and do what you can do.
And I think that the idea, like the conversation he had with Frederica, was heavily important as well, saying that like she's gotten to the point to where she's given up on, not necessarily giving up on her knight, that the fact that she doesn't want him to die. And like that's the understanding that's hard to come to, with the fact that he's part of the Legion, and also the fact that, meaning her not caring about him having to die means that she doesn't necessarily feel the need for Shin to go out there and waste his life on it.
Facts.
But Shin doesn't care about that.
Nope.
At this point. And that's what was also discussed, is that if you have nothing to live for, you have nothing you want to see, have nothing you want to do next, that the reality is that your life being on the line is no longer of importance.
Yep.
And the crew realizing that he's only getting riskier and riskier with every mission is really putting them at risk, but also realizing that he's the only one that's going to come out alive on this, and it's not necessarily their fault. They don't have those same skills, don't have that same talent, but he's leading them in a way that will drive them all down.
That will literally kill him. I just wish that I didn't know. Like, okay, this is the only time in my entire anime watching career that I don't want anyone else to die. Like, I don't care about like people dying in anime, as long as it's told well, it's emotionally impactful, it is written well, I'm all for it. Like, kill whoever you want as long as it's done well. This time, I don't give a fuck what happens. I don't want anyone else to die. I want them all to survive. I know damn well that's not gonna fucking happen in 86, but I want it to be so bad, and that's kind of gut punching, man. It kind of sucks,
you know. And what's sad about it is, like, as it stands right now, right?
There's death flags everywhere in this motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, as it stands right now, if anyone is surviving, it can't be Shin. And I hate to say that, but he's drawn to it entirely too much. And I do feel like with all that we've already lost in this show, right? The 20 other people, not 20, but probably like 15 other people that was a part of their group before they made it this far.
I think you're right. I think it was like 20, to be honest.
Yeah, that all the people, well, I mean, yeah, because it's only 5 of them left.
Mm-hmm.
So like with all the people they've already lost, to think that there's a possibility that there could still be more lost on the line here. We lost the captain. There's just a lot that has been misplaced in this anime, and it's hard.
I don't know if we did.
We don't know. I'm assuming she's gone because that's all we know right now. We know that they don't respond. We know that they are not helping. We know that they have been attacked by the Legion, and that from what we know, there's nothing left.
Their shit got blown back,
all the way back,
rightfully so.
But I don't think Shin can make it out of this alive because he's going to see himself as a hindrance to the rest of the group in terms of living. The rest of them, they can probably find a way to keep existing. Shin doesn't have another goal. Yeah. His current goal was to kill Pale Rider. And that's not going to keep going. He don't really have any real goal outside of killing Legion.
Yeah. Man, I think about this a lot. My father's done with the military. My father retired. He's in Alabama living his quote unquote best life, but unfortunately it's not his best life according to my mother. That's getting a little bit personal, but I don't think it's too personal. My father struggles with PTSD from what he obviously experienced in his 25 years in the military, or however long it was. I don't think, damn, this is getting real deep. I don't think he knows how to be a civilian anymore. Even talking to my father on the phone feels different from what I remember from years past. Like there was times where I lived with my father down here in Texas at Fort Worth. There was times I fucking lived with him in Georgia, but now it's like the phone conversations are hard because I can feel his distance with not me or anything, but with just a civilian regular life. And I don't know, when I think about that as him being a 52-year-old man, these fucking kids,
they were born in it.
They were born in this shit. How do you live a regular life? I don't think any of them, I think all of them say they want a normal life until they get a normal life, kind of like what we seen earlier in this part 2.
So just in context too,
they give themselves a goal to fight
because hard. How long did they have? They had like about a year before they went back to the battlefield, right?
That's a fact.
The military gets a month.
You said what?
Hold on. The United States military gets 1 month of debriefing and like re-socialization training, and it's literally like maybe 1 or 2 classes a week.
Yeah, that shit ain't enough
for 1 month.
It's not enough. I mean, at least not for my father.
It's not enough for anybody.
Yeah, like that year wasn't enough for our kids, our 86 kids.
But yeah, I'm saying like my wife, with the deployment she's had and stuff like that, she don't act like no regular civilian. She can't talk to nobody like a regular civilian. And after the training you go through and stuff like that, it's not possible. And to think that these kids who were literally, that's all they know at this point, they're never going to reacclimate that easily. Like, I think that some of them have had it easier because they didn't have to go through the same things as Shin. But because of the things Shin has had to go through, his reacclimation is way different. Shin has actually had to kill people. They have never had to kill people.
Exactly.
They kill Legion, but they have never had to kill people. They've never had to hear people's last words.
Over and over.
Shin probably feels like him dying at some point is freedom. He's free from all the things he's had to see, hear, and do.
That's a fact. Yeah, 86 is still continuing to be great. We got 4 episodes left?
Yeah, and a funny thing about that, next week would have been the final episode if we had no delays.
That's crazy. That's wild. I can't believe the Major's. There's no way I'm gonna believe the Major's gone. She's not gone. Fuck that.
She gone.
She ain't gone, man. Fuck. There's no way.
She gone as fuck.
That quick?
Yeah, her name is No Face now.
That's crazy as hell. You ridiculous.
She a Legion.
I hope not. I think she's coming to meet with the Confederacy.
As a Legion.
You're a demon. You're an absolute demon. All right, we was gonna spoil fucking Demon Slayer, but it's not really much to talk about there. We're gonna come back to that next week, but I think that'll be a wrap for today's extended Mic Check Waifu episode. Tell if your internet permits it.
All right, so as my internet is doing well at the moment, we just finished talking about 86 and all its greatness. Y'all know what it is. Mic Check Waifu's Anime of the Year 86, Jobless Reincarnation. Goodness, it's so good. Love the ending. Get to know Mic Check Waifu. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Polo and I about 40 minutes to an hour. You know, we just live that life. We also did the Mic Check Waifu patented review on Link Click, giving it an 8.45 for Mic Check Waifu as a group. And we also gave 2 shows that we recommend. Polo recommended Sagrada Reset. I recommended Talked OP Design or Destiny. Polo didn't really say that you should watch it, but I think you should watch it. We also did our Winter 2022 list review. That's a lot of 20s and 22s.
Facts.
We chose our sleepers as well. Our sleepers are Land of Liddell for me, and Polo's is Love of Kill. We're going to see how it goes. We also talk about AOT, and are you excited for it for next season? And there's a lot of other stuff to be excited for as well for next year. Jobless Reincarnation and Link Click were our episodes of the week, and that's been episode 131, the palindrome of Mic Check Waifu.
Make sure y'all come back because we are going to discuss our anime of the year next week as well. So stick around for that. I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Taliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.